Welcome back, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. It is Thursday, the 8th of July, 2021. We took a little break. We had some things going on. We built a commercial. Shout out to producer James and the wizard Edward for getting that done. I appreciate y'all. It's getting a lot of fanfare online. If you want to go check it out, go to Recon Athlete on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. You can also check out the YouTube as well. That was where it was posted first. It was secretly posted to YouTube, and it had like 18 views in like 10 hours. So it's getting around. I know you may not think it is, but it's filtering itself around. A pretty decent following on Recon Athlete on YouTube. They have 84 followers. So we're going to start putting some energy into that platform as well, just to kind of make it a little bit more kid friendly. This is more for like, the degenerates and the adults and, the more ruckus crowd. For the student athletes, we're going to make things a little bit more PG so that, respect the parents, got to respect the parents. Anyways, getting into it. Breaking news, Tyson Fury Wilder is off for July 24th. COVID outbreak has broken through the Fury camp and tentatively has been rescheduled for early October at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, where I believe previously it was going to be held on the 24th. Big news that kind of came down on ESPN. It was something that was broken by them, also by The Athletic. So I want to give credit to credit is due. So shout out to, those people kind of getting us the information, although it being a little dampening of the spirit. We do have UFC 264 this coming Saturday with Poirier McGregor 3. We'll get into a little bit more of the UFC talk as we move forward, but I kind of wanted to get producer James's thoughts with him being the big, fight guy, combat sports guy. I wanted to get his thoughts about, the original fight was supposed to be Fury Joshua across the pond. And then it was, a little arbitration occurred. The judge favored in Deontay Wilder's favor. And now we had his fight set for the 24th of July with, pretty much a big time box office showcase boxing match between two big heavyweights who have a history. And I thought the vid was done, man. It just needs to go. It needs to take his ass home and go. Just go to the grave, bro. You don't need to be here anymore. You had your time. It's been 18 months. No, maybe not 18. It's been close to 16, but it's time to go. It's over, man. We got shots now for you. We got vaccine. Pfizer wants to do a booster shot. I mean, it's time to go. We don't need the vid interrupting sports anymore. But now we do have this little hiccup, and it's going to be rescheduled tentatively. I guess, would that be 3 months? Yeah. August, September, October, 3 months. Yeah. So is that going to be a big deal? Who do you think this favors more? Is there something maybe is there a little bit of controversy going on? Is Fury or Wilder trying to throw a wrench in the mix? Was there a little Bill Belichickian, germ warfare that kind of went down with, Sam Darnold when he was in New York getting mononucleosis? What's going on? My snout is definitely out on this. It's a little fishy, right? Yeah, it's definitely fishy. Some that just don't sit right. I mean, you got to think that if it's gonna favor anyone, it's got to be Wilder. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think for Wilder, it's going to be more benefit, but I don't know we don't know who has COVID in Fury's camp. It could be his coach. It could be Fury. We don't know. If anyone indeed does have COVID. Yeah, if they do, that's the speculation. We don't really know what's going to happen or who has it. I think the promoters are getting all of their stories straight and corroborated correctly, so they can have one unified message. But bummer, right? Just big time. Let the air just let out, just deflated, and I don't know. Now I guess I get to watch badass college football, high school football, and pro football, and get a fight on Saturday, but I don't know who they're going to interrupt. Luckily, there's not big games in October, so it'll be all right. November, that month, that's a crazy month. Yeah, for sure. We're going to get into a quick break real quick. When we come back on the flip side, we will be going live with Flex ATX on their airwaves on the Horn. Give us about a minute and a half. We'll come back about 8:20 and get things rolling for all of y'all. A little break in high school recruiting.
got Austin High in the building. We're going to take a quick pause and talk about Austin area recruiting. And, Paul, for us, our biggest, and we had him on earlier tonight, Westlake lineman Connor Robertson, verbally commits to the University of Texas. I guess let's just start there and work our way around a really busy July so far.
Yeah, it has been really busy, but big shout outs for Connor Robertson to get that commitment to the University of Texas. I know he was looking forward to that. I know that was something that was coming down the pike. And then tomorrow, Bray Lynch will be making his commitment as well. But there's a lot of, Doane University is kind of coming in really heavy right now, as well as East Texas Baptist University. But can
you tell me where Doane University is?
Snoop, I want to say, I can't tell you off the top of my head. I didn't go into that much research. But Doane University they're really into those LBJ kids. It's kind of funny how there's so much talent in LBJ. I saw your tweet that you let out for Dave Campbell's and saying they may not know quite right or quite well enough about LBJ after last year.
No, they don't know they got a super team.
But yeah, man. And hey, my producers on this side on my end helping me out. Doane is in Nebraska, so right there in the Plain States.
In Crete, Nebraska, to be
there we go.
Specific.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
All right, so, okay, as far as other offers, so like you said, Doane is kind of blanketing. I think we saw Cedric Roberts from Hendrickson originally tweet out that he was going to make his decision a week ago, but he's kind of pulled back. He deleted that tweet, and he's continuing to receive offers. But what's been kind of catching your attention? That was kind of my big deal because we were looking, Ced is about to commit.
Yeah, that was one thing that was really kind of on my radar as well, just because we kind of really saw him getting, I think, amped up. He had a lot more edits that were coming out on his Instagram, but most recently, a couple of days ago, he did receive an offer from Colorado. And I think maybe as more coaches kind of get wind of Big Ced, because he's a big framed young man at defensive tackle. I think they see that size in that mass and him being in the middle. And I think that's really going to catch a lot more eyes as we move forward. Seeing, a Pac-12 team like Colorado come in may express more interest in the Pac-12, maybe a little bit more into the mid-mountain. I'm sorry, I can't even say that word, that conference yet, getting stumbled up. But I think for Ced, it's going to be a good time in his recruiting, and maybe that's why he held off, because he has experienced a lot more interest.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay, Paul, that's really it. Wanted to keep it short and sweet. Anything else that you've seen across the area that's, again, besides Doane, almost like a blanket offer, and really East Texas Baptist University as well. Yeah, anything else on your radar?
That's pretty much been it so far. I think just for the the smaller schools that kind of come in, it's going to take a little bit more time, but it's so fun right now. I thought July would be more impactful to date, but not quite yet, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what's up. Okay. Flex ATX, we appreciate Recon Athlete as always. Paul Rodriguez Show, Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Before we let you go, Paul, you shouting out to anybody?
Hey, man, just shout out to all the young people out there hustling. I appreciate their time, and it's a fun time getting to cover them as we move forward into the season.
Hey, shout out to your graphic edits and everything that Recon Athlete is doing. It's looking great, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Paul Rodriguez, Recon Athlete. It's a flex. Zach is off.
All right, that was a little bit of a stumble through the stumbling blocks on my end. I was trying to say mountain. I can't even think of the name of the mountain conference. That was my bad. That was a total deflation, but it's all good. We'll recover. We'll move forward. Producer James.
What's up?
Oh, I thought you had something to say. That's why you were giving me that look.
It caught me a little off guard.
Yeah, that was usually we have a little bit more time to come through for the break, and it's just like as soon as we call, we go on. Usually it doesn't happen that way. I was a little caught off guard on that end, but at the same time, it is what it is. We got to work with what we got, and
for sure.
It's kind of on that niche. I wanted to get into some of the players for Austin High, but I was trying to pull up my notes, and it was like, boom, we're on. And I was like, okay, well, let us do this. Let's get a quick break. We can reset on our end. We'll let you reset on your end. And when we come back, there was a little golf tournament on Tuesday. I don't know if y'all saw that.
The match.
Yeah, apparently Tom Brady likes to give Aaron Rodgers shit. We'll talk about that when we come back. All right, let's see if we can do this again. Let's see if I can get the words out of my mouth and not have to stumble over my words once again. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. Sorry for those who had to witness my horrible failure at that recruiting segment. Anyways, let's get back to the football in the NFL where we're a little bit more comfortable. But Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady paired up with, well, they didn't pair up, but Phil Mickelson and Tom did, as well as Bryson DeChambeau and Aaron Rodgers. Did you watch any of this, Producer James? Did you catch any of this at all?
I did not. I watched the highlights.
You watched the highlights? So apparently we got a little video queued up for you, courtesy of TBS. And I just, I know whoever watched the match, y'all saw what happened. Y'all saw this dig. And I don't know. I thought it was hilarious. Let's take a look.
You're out golfing now. You haven't seen me do anything. I've been just training, getting ready, catching footballs.
I'm studying my competition. Look, I'm 30 yards away from Aaron, who's the leader of the Packers. I think. So I'm just watching his mannerisms. I'm studying. I'm recruiting a little bit.
Hey, you're studying the wrong guy, man. Aaron looks more lazy now than I did in retirement.
Whoa. I don't know if Aaron's hearing all this, but Phil.
Don't you got to love Rob Gronkowski just like calling in and talking about how he's, more in shape and not living the Hawaiian life.
Aaron can hear that too, right?
Oh yeah, he could hear everything that Rob was.
That's pretty cool how they put that together. Like how they had him like.
Do you think Aaron thought it was cool whenever that got brought up?
Dude, Brady's been trolling him like on Twitter. Leading up to.
I'm 30 feet away from the leader of the Packers, Aaron Rodgers. I think.
I thought it was funny, honestly.
When I first saw my dad, I was watching it with Papa Romeo. He was the one who he caught it first. He was like, I think, and I was like, oh man, and I was like, yep, the trolling has begun. But Aaron, I mean, as far as golf wise, Aaron did a lot better than Tom. Tom was like, we're gonna come back in the last 5, and we're gonna come up, make this 3-stroke, a deficit and overcome it. And everybody's going to talk about how we won. And they ended up losing like 2 holes later because mathematically they were just like out of it. And so Tom had to just go do what Tom does and go home to Giselle, do TB12. What a hard life. It's a hard knock life. All shucks. But Tom and then Aaron, who knows where Aaron went? Oh, he's in Tahoe right now. There's another like celebrity pro-am golf tournament going on. The big day starts tomorrow. I think it's 4 days, and then AJ Hawk's there, so it'll probably be on TV. I might have to like tune into it because there's not really much going on other than NBA Finals are going on right now. Phoenix is up 1.
Yeah,
it's kind of dull, right?
Yeah, but before we leave the Rodgers topic, they asked him. They asked him.
Who asked him?
They said to all the Wisconsin.
No. Who? Do you know who it was?
No, I do not.
It was. Well, first Larry's the one who ended it. Larry Fitzgerald.
Okay.
But they asked him what they say.
Yeah, to all the Wisconsin faithfuls out there that probably want to know, will you be there against the opener against? You remember the team?
He said training camp, but then he said the Saints.
Yeah.
On September 12th.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, September 12th. What's that?"
He goes, "What's going on that day?" Like he don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, he's been pretty quiet through this whole thing, and I don't know, man. I'm hopeful, I guess.
Do you think all the silence is due? Do you think it's like a get back game? Do you think it's like a petty kind of shot at the Green Bay Packers management holistically? Like, I'm going to let y'all sweat the entire offseason, and then I'm going to show up week 1, and we're going to go on this miraculous run, and Gutekunst needs to keep his ass in the corner. Do you think, because that's kind of the way it feels. Everybody's like, Aaron's not leaving. Aaron is leaving. And then today, I don't know if you know, but today a former Packers GM said that the Packers are going to trade Aaron in 2022. Well, that's next fucking year. So that means he plays this year or he sits out. And I don't think Aaron wants to sit out. I really don't think that's what he wants to do.
He's a competitor.
Yeah,
he wants to be in there.
He wants to be with his guys. He wants to be with his coaches. He's not going to sit out because he doesn't like one human being. It's not going to be because of that.
Did you see related to the issue, Derek Carr saying that he's campaigning hard to get Devontae Adams over there.
Man, you think Devontae Adams wants to play with Derek Carr over Aaron Rodgers? Man, you got another thing coming. Now I'll say this: Devontae Adams may want to play at Allegiant Stadium because it's in a stadium and you have to deal with the elements.
Yeah.
At in Lambeau, but who's gonna get Aaron? Who's gonna get that ball to him more, Aaron or Derek?
For sure.
It's got to be Aaron.
Not even a question.
And who does he have to compete with touches at Green Bay? He's the number one guy.
Yeah.
Who has a better offensive line between Green Bay and the Raiders? Green Bay. They have the best left tackle in the game with the Persian Viking.
Yeah. I mean, like the MVP award, most valuable player. It's crazy how Aaron Rodgers being there just makes the Packers that much better as opposed to him not being there.
He gives them 8 W's. No, seriously.
Yeah. I'm with it.
Because you got to think about if Aaron's not there, and Aaron has played hurt for the Packers, where he should have shut it down, but he didn't. And did he have an off year? Of course he did, because he was hurt. But now Aaron comes back. He learns how to treat his body right, doing a little more squatting.
Treat his mind right.
I mean,
I'll be out there.
Somebody's treating his mind right. Shout out the fiance. So, I think his quality of life is extremely high right now. He's loving his life. He's doing what he can. And he's disgruntled with the mid management boss. That's who he's angry with. He's like, I'm not mad at my boss, the head coach. I'm not mad at the owner, the president, Mark Murphy. I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at that douche in the middle who thinks he wields all the power. That's who I'm mad at.
So if that's the scenario, what's the solution? The
solution is what Aaron is doing right now: radio silence. And if anybody brings it up, you can only bring it up once. That's what happened. It only got brought up one time by the panel of commentators. Tom was a different story. Tom could do whatever he wants. And what did Aaron do? He just ignored it. He's like, ha, 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 ha. I'm going to beat you on the course, motherfucker. And that's what he did. Right? Yeah. Oh, you want to heckle me? You want to jab? Okay. All right. He's like, if you think you're a competitor, remember, you're 44. I'm 38. And this is golf. And Tom, if you watch the tournament, when they get to the back nine, hole 10, hole 11, Tom starts coming down on his backs on his downstroke. He starts raising up. So you come down and Tom's starting to stand up. Ball goes left, ball goes right because his hands are open. What about Aaron? Aaron's been doing them squats. He's been running the jungles in Hawaii. He's in shape. He's built for this. Meanwhile, Tom's over there. I think I'm looking at the leader of the Packers, Aaron Rodgers.
Talking shit with Rava on the line.
I think. Just saying.
I'm not mad at it.
It's an interesting situation that occurred. It was fun. The timing couldn't have been better for Capital One and TBS, who put on the event. I think Corona Beer did the same thing. Couldn't have been better for them.
Excuse me, Corona?
Because of the beer. No, this is the beer. This isn't the vid. Notice how I call it the vid. Because if you say that whole word, and if you put all that, ding ding ding, red flags go everywhere. It's gonna have to work around them. Hopefully they don't learn that word. They probably do. Who knows? To the FBI agent watching, howdy. Yeah, man. I don't know. I hope that this gets resolved for Packers fans, but I have a buddy of mine. He keeps telling me Aaron's out, Aaron's leaving there, and he has he's a well-informed football guy. He's well-informed, but I still am like, why would he leave? The real question is, why would he sit out? Yeah. There isn't a reason to sit out.
Yeah.
There's not.
Can you describe to me my feelings throughout this whole ordeal? Because you've witnessed it all here on the show day in and day out.
Yeah.
So where have I gone? I'm just curious because you're on the, you can let me know.
So initially you were like, this is nonsense. This will be over soon. And then as we progress, your optimism fades and declines. And then you get to a point of no return where you're just like, if he leaves, fine. But I just want it to be over. and you're on that fence. You're like, is it over yet? You're in that nightmare. You're asleep and you're in that nightmare and you're falling and you're like trying to reach to like get out of it. You're trying to reach to get out. And Aaron Rodgers hasn't shaken you up yet.
He's not there to pull me out of it.
He's not there to save you. Just like he wasn't there to save the Packers last year on that fourth down play. Man, I had to just get that one in there.
Damn, dude.
You asked.
Fuck. Knee to a grounded opponent. God.
I thought it was a head kick to a downed opponent.
Knee head kick. Whatever.
Who was the UFC fighter that did that? Got DQ'd. Peter Yan.
Yeah, Peter Yan. What was his name? Champion. He's a champion. Yeah, to who?
Yeah, that's the point. Who cares? It doesn't matter. You can look that up on your own time. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's like
Aljamain Sterling.
Sterling. I was gonna say Sterling.
Yeah.
You know why I knew Sterling? Because of that girl who does the violin, but she dances. She's a Sterling. Anyways, that's the tie.
Where did you see that at?
Bro, this is like this. She originally came out thinking like America's Got Talent or something like that. That's what I was
gonna say. America's Got Talent.
And then she she got a recording gig out of it. So she like tours and does these shows. Like people go to Vegas and they're like, we're gonna go to a show, and some girl doing choreography to violin and music, and it's theatrical.
Nice, dude.
People pay money for it. You got to get a bag one way or another.
Hey, man, if you want to take me out,
I'm not taking you to a show. I mean, I may pay for you and your lady to go to a show, but I'm not. Let's hold hands and go to a show. No, I don't think so.
Hey, tell my woman, hey, it's bros night. Where y'all going? Oh, we're gonna see this violinist fucking at the Frank Irwin Center.
It would be at the Long Center, but yeah, thank you very much. It would be at the Long Center.
It's not called Frank Irwin no more?
No. The Long Center is the hoity-toity place of Austin where all the ballet and the Nutcracker annual is. I need to stop talking about.
Would you like some grapes with your wine?
No, that's not. It's not.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
You're close though.
Okay.
Yeah. Grapes are made from wine, but yeah.
How about cheese?
There you go. Got him.
Nice.
Got him. Let's take a break real quick. 6 minutes. When we come back, James will. We're gonna talk about UFC. We're gonna talk about. I don't know how many topics we're gonna talk about. We at least need to talk Lewis Gain and maybe check this out. What Chael today? Chael's reaching again. Chael wants Edwards, Masvidal. While Leon waits. We'll talk about it when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show coming out of Studio 44. UFC 264 is in 2 days. Looking forward to that matchup. Before we get to there, we kind of get our closing thoughts moving forward to 264. Derek Lewis and Cyril Gane have been tapped to fight for the interim heavyweight title due to, I don't know, make up a reason and insert it for whatever reason. Dana White wants a fight for August. Lewis said yes. Cyril Gane, coming off his victory like 3 weeks ago, said yes as well. And they're gonna duke it out. They're gonna figure it out. What is your thought of this not impromptu, but interim heavyweight matchup? What was the holdup? Was it Ngannou's steadfast eagerness to fight John Jones, or was it Ngannou not wanting to fight Derek Lewis? Because those, to me, that's all that seems like was on the table.
Yeah. First of all, I'll say this: for whatever reason there is for Derek Lewis not to be fighting Francis Ngannou, piece of shit. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear fucking nothing.
From who?
From anybody. Because you know what? Ngannou beat the brakes off of Stipe. He did not sustain any damage. He should have been ready to go.
True.
Do you want to enjoy your title and relax? Cool. You should be ready to go by September, dude.
When you're saying you want to be active, that's what he said. I want to be active.
Regardless, I mean,
but is this falling on Ngannou? I think
that's the thing.
I think perception is reality. The perception is Ngannou didn't want to fight Lewis. But is Ngannou's manager holding back Ngannou from making that fight? And is it really the manager's fault for holding this negotiation up? That's the curiosity.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what's swirling around in the rumor mill.
Yeah.
Is that Ngannou wants to fight, but his manager's over here booking movie deals for Francis to go act in. Meanwhile, his title is going to be, put up for grabs in the interim between Derek Lewis and Cyril Gane.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question and I'm going to answer my own question.
All right.
Why make an interim title fight when you have a heavyweight champion just crowned? Okay? And the reason for that being is because, negotiations on that end stalled, whether it be on John Jones' end or Ngannou's end or Dana White's end. Maybe he wanted him to rush back. But it's going to be eventually the interim title versus the heavyweight title. Undisputed heavyweight championship. And that's just another
graphic to add on the pay-per-view whenever they decide to make that happen. Let me quote a very famous West Coast former athlete, former Super Bowl champion, philosopher. And this is what Dana White's probably saying. Dana White is about that action. That's what Marshawn Lynch would be saying. Dana White is about that action. He needs title holders. And just like you had set up, now we can have whoever wins out of Lewis and Gane go fight Ngannou for the undisputed heavyweight title fight, probably sometime in December. So he can make a bigger pay-per-view. When you got two big badass heavyweights who are going to go in and try to knock each other the hell out. And then what's going to happen after that? Whoever wins will go fight Stipe or John Jones. If John Jones can get his shit together.
Okay, so I dug up some stuff real quick.
All right.
Okay. Dana White would open up more about his post-announcement exchange with Ngannou's manager, as well as what went behind the decision to book an interim heavyweight title bout only 3 months after Ngannou captured the title. Quote, Dana White: "Yeah, I responded to his manager, but I wasn't really talking about him," White said in reference to Markel Martin. I guess that's Ngannou's manager. "I was talking about the other guy who represents him. I really wasn't talking about him. I was just responding to his thing where he was saying, 'We were shocked by this.' I said, 'That's a bunch of bullshit. You guys aren't shocked. I mean, we've been talking about this for weeks. You knew this was coming if we didn't get a deal done. And it's no different than anything else. This has happened a million times. What happens is we run a business and we put on fights every Saturday night. And we needed to do that fight in Houston. We couldn't get the deal done, so we did it. We did an interim title fight, which absolutely makes sense."
Scroll to the top of that website.
That is MMA News.
So MMA News got captured that quote from Dana.
MMAnews.com.
I mean, it makes sense for them to do. It would be illogical if Lewis wasn't fighting for that title on that card in Houston. It would be illogical.
Let me just add this on top, just to finish it off. Quote Dana White: "We've got Derek Lewis, the number 2 ranked guy in the world. Stipe is number 1. Stipe just lost. Derek Lewis actually beat Francis Ngannou, and Cyril. They're talking about Cyril Gane. Right. Came off that win over Alexander Volkov that weekend. So you got the top 2 guys in the world. These are the top 2 guys in the world to fight for the interim championship. And when Francis is ready to go after this fight, we'll make this fight after the winner." Dude,
if Francis isn't shooting a movie,
like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? You got a champion. If you don't want to fight, fucking strip him for all that I'm concerned.
Oh, strip him. Okay.
Strip him.
All right.
Right?
I
mean, you don't want to fight. You're the champion. You don't want to fight.
Is it that Francis doesn't want to fight, or his manager saying he doesn't want to fight?
That's what it seemed like. Is that his manager? But he's the spokesperson for Francis, right?
Yeah, Francis employs his manager.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah.
But hey, it's a money grab too right now. Like why he's heavyweight champion.
Exactly. In Houston. Come on. Houston's going to come out for Derek Lewis.
Dude, it's going to pop.
It is going to pop. I told my girl, huge. I was like, hey, this morning, because tickets went on sale this morning.
Okay.
10 a.m. And she was like, oh, really? Well, sit on it. That would be nice to go over there, man.
You were just there.
I know, but I mean, yeah, hopefully. Nah, I don't think we're gonna go to that.
Dude, it's gonna be big. It's gonna pop.
Yeah, it really is.
Like everybody all the Houston people are gonna come out. All the Houston celebrities are gonna come out. It's gonna be big.
My balls is hot,
bro. Apparently they listed like some celebrities who are gonna be at this weekend's event.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Did you see the list?
I didn't see the list, but I did see one person in particular.
Oh, who's that?
Former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
How does that break all the news?
Because it's my freaking Facebook feed that feeds me all sorts of bullshit. And here I am regurgitating it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, he was one of the names on there, but I think Bieber's on there, Machine Gun Kelly, Megan Fox. It's kind of like the usuals who are big MMA fans.
Yeah. Are you pumped? How pumped are you? I'm pumped, dude.
Okay. Get you the Reebok pump sneakers on real quick. Like I think I'm quietly reserved due to the fact that Conor hasn't been out front as much. Today was the first day I heard him talk to anybody. And I think he's controlling his own media because he only spoke with the Mac Life show on YouTube and Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. Those are the only 2 people he spoke with. And the Stephen A. interview was good. Stephen A. was able to like bring out, the McGregor we all know.
Yeah.
But the things I needed to hear from Conor, I heard today. He left the family at home. He got hungry again. He was the Forbes, he admitted that the luxuries were hindering him. I didn't know this, but apparently when he went to go fight Poirier in Abu Dhabi, he was training to fight Pacquiao. He had an all boxing camp.
That's what he said.
I understand that's what he said, but when people say you lost, he's like, yes, and.
Yeah.
He doesn't deny anything. So I'm taking him as face value.
Yeah, he claims to have overlooked Dustin Poirier.
He did.
And to have his mind on Manny Pacquiao.
That's you coming from a biased point of view, being a supporter of Poirier. I think you're not as neutral as you'd like to be.
No, that's literally what he said.
Right, but the way you're framing it is that he knew he was going to beat Poirier, so he overlooked him, and then he took a L.
That's what he said. I
understand it, but the way you're framing it is misleading, is what I'm trying to point out to you. So in getting back to the point, now McGregor today, in today's talk, what came out, he wants to literally murder Poirier. And I think that's what we needed to hear. He doesn't he doesn't literally mean to kill him, but figuratively. And so that tells me, okay, did he leave the family in Ireland? Check. Does he have any distractions? No distractions. Check. Does he come in with a killer mentality? Check. Bad news for Dustin Poirier.
Okay, so what I would ask you is, what check marks are we making on Dustin Poirier's end?
I think Dustin
non-biased.
I think Dustin Poirier left his family at home. Check. That's the right thing to do. Dustin Poirier has a house, not with all the other fighters. Check. Which I think they're doing for the main event guys.
Yeah.
I've never seen them do that before. The first that I saw do that was Conor McGregor.
It's probably an option, like how the company, like
maybe now,
like they're like the company's gonna fly you out and you stay in the company hotel.
well,
but
Sean
if you
O'Malley
got,
flew out there privately on his own.
that's what I'm saying. But if you got extra money, well, you know, go up and do your own thing. You know, right?
I don't think. I think that Conor has shown the rest of the UFC who were just oblivious to it because no one had ever done it before, how the super elite fighters handle a camp. Like, he probably learned to get a house away from everybody from Mayweather. He probably learned, he's like, Mayweather doesn't train with everybody. He trains by himself. He doesn't live with everybody. He lives by himself, because you have to have this certain, I guess, energy that you can't have anything distract you.
Yeah.
But for Poirier, I think Poirier has everything going for him and is a highly skilled MMA practitioner. But he does not strike me as a killer. He does not strike me as a mutant of a human being.
What?
Listen, in my brain, he is not talking about killing Conor McGregor. He's talking about training. He's talking about FaceTiming his daughter on video phone. He is not talking about killing Conor McGregor.
Here's my ordeal. Do you have to talk about it to be about it?
Yes.
You do?
You have to speak it into existence. You have to have the vision enough to clearly articulate it when you are being in the media. Hell yeah, you do.
Okay.
I mean, why else even have somebody do media?
You know, like I've been a major just like advocate.
Let me leave this real quick. That's how UFC Embed is portraying Poirier. I'm only going on what y'all are showing me.
Yeah.
UFC Embed has not shown Conor one fucking time. And I think that's on purpose. I think Conor's like, I don't need y'all.
Well, I saw Conor was like,
I haven't seen today, so I don't know. It could change.
Conor, he said like he really didn't hit him that hard. That like he stumbled on his leg that was fucked up and he fell down and he wasn't even knocked down. They called the fight.
Conor said he threw electric bolt through Poirier's body one time during the fight, in the second fight. He shook Poirier one time. That's what he said. I don't remember it.
That's why they called the fight, right?
What's that?
That's why they called the fight.
That's why who called what fight?
I mean, if he shook Poirier.
No, it shook. You can get rocked and recover. Isn't that true? That's what happens a lot in this game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the instance. And then what happened? The leg kick got beat up, torn up like taco meat. Conor didn't have enough gas in the tank. Poirier caught him with the right and finished him on the ground. Yeah. I understand that's what you want to hear. Like, you want to hear Conor get demolished. But what I'm telling you,
I don't. I really don't.
What I'm telling you is, for the game, Conor is coming in to kill and to send out Dustin Poirier on a stretcher.
I understand.
I'm not hearing that from Dustin. I need to hear it from you. You need to tell me what you were going to do in that octagon.
Why? At the end of the day.
Because if it's not in your brain and you can't get it out of your mouth, it ain't in your brain.
Okay, so Khabib did that his whole career when he went undefeated, right?
What did Khabib do before he was 20-0? Fighting bums who had two wins.
Okay, you've been listening to a whole lot of Conor McGregor. Here you go,
is
dude.
Is it true or not? You want to talk about, did it happen? Did it happen? Did it happen?
No, but I'm just saying, the champion that Khabib is, you know, did you hear him?
That was.
Okay. He never lost his belt as far as I'm concerned.
That's true. But Conor never defended his belt.
Yeah, at all.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was stripped.
That's great.
Okay.
Tell that to Dana to strip Ngannou.
So Khabib did that, right, as a champion.
Yes.
Spoke it, you know, I'm going to do this. No.
Let's talk now. He wants to do it in the ring. I get it.
In the ring.
I get it.
Yeah.
Some people don't operate that way.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But I have not seen Poirier come across as a killer. I just haven't
He
seen
fucking finished McGregor his last fight.
Was it devastating? Was it a walk-off? Was it Sean O'Malley walk-off? Conor McGregor,
Dude, when
Aldo
McGregor
walk-off?
finished Poirier, he clipped him on the top of his freaking head. He clipped him.
Okay, my point is the knockouts that we remember that are walk-off. Do you think of Dustin Poirier?
Dude.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, if you got, let me know. I'm
dude.
When I hear walk-off knockouts,
guy Dustin Poirier, ever since losing to McGregor, has been on a tear. Except for Khabib, is the only blemish on that. Okay, and that's almost given.
Poirier gates you.
I mean,
McGregor,
I don't see how you can't say. I don't see how you can't say he's not a killer.
He's not. To me, he's not a killer.
Okay.
I understand you're biased.
I'm not biased. This isn't biased.
Then what is it? It's not factual.
How so?
Has Dustin Poirier changed the MMA game?
Okay, now you're talking about stuff outside of the octagon.
No.
Yes, you are.
It is what happens in the octagon that reverberates out of the octagon.
I mean, he's got the wins.
Does he have
but
the
you're
titles?
talking about the
titles?
You're talking about the
titles.
What titles?
Exactly.
Dude, you're talking about the Conor McGregor theatrics that have got him paid, that he's been doing and all that shit. That's out of the octagon kind of thing.
Only one incident outside the octagon where he threw a dolly into a bus. One incident. That's one.
All right.
And Poirier wanted to pull his little charity stunt like a scoundrel.
You mean McGregor wanted to pull out?
Poirier wanted to pull the nonsense. He pulled the no payment card. Insufficient funds card. That's what he pulled on McGregor.
Hey, mental warfare is what they call it, right?
True. And what happened? Conor said, fuck the original contribution. I'm going $500K to the Boys and Girls Club of Louisiana and those surrounding parishes.
Yeah, because he called him on his bullshit.
No, what Conor did was like, if you think I have no money, let me show your community. Let me show your community. I don't know what that means. You stuck in the mud over there?
Here's Conor's ass.
No, man.
Here's you.
Here's the fact. It's just facts. I don't understand how me being a supposed brown noser is non-factual.
All right.
Can't get some feelings getting mixed. Don't let them get in the mix.
I'm not getting in my feelings. I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying.
You're telling me that Dustin is more of a killer than Conor.
Did I say that?
I'm asking you the question.
No, you told me that Dustin is not a killer.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay. And if you're gonna tell me that, I'm like, that's cool. You believe that, man.
We can agree to disagree for sure.
Yeah.
But I want you to try to convince me why he is.
I don't need to convince you.
Okay.
I'm not interested in convincing you.
What are you interested in?
Watching the fight.
How is this
Saturday, July 10th.
How is this gonna end?
This is gonna end with Dustin Poirier putting a barrage on Conor McGregor again. Okay. And it's gonna end in the second round. TKO.
I think it's gonna go the distance with Conor McGregor getting his hand raised.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna get it's gonna be ebbs and flows, and whoever's gonna be in the octagon, probably Herb Dean, he's gonna let everything he's gonna say just let them literally go unconscious.
I wanted to ask you something. Have you ever put yourself in the mind of a fighter?
Yes.
Through fight week, hearing these repeated questions like over and over. So something that Conor said that Dustin, he said he's heard over and over and over. What if Conor starts to check the leg kick? What are you gonna do? And he was like, well, yeah, like he said, my plan wasn't to attack him with the leg kick.
Right.
I threw it once the first fight. And it worked, so I just kept throwing it, and it did what it did. So I'm not going into this fight with that as my game plan. But it just came to mind like the number of like stupid questions that these guys must hear. But then again, like us being on like what I would consider the what do you call it, like the journalistic, like we're the guys that like cover it,
the media. Yeah.
So like it got me thinking like, well, I would probably be one to be asking stupid questions.
Why?
On fight night? No, I mean I was just thinking because it just got me thinking like, what else? What would I ask?
What would you ask? Yeah, what would you ask? What would you ask? I got two things. What would you ask? And
to who?
Conor's not in the room. Okay. It's just you and probably
Megan O'Leary.
Fuck that bitch. No, it's you.
I would.
And
me and who?
Jackie, better handle your boy. Listen, if it's you and Dustin and his team, it's whoever's in there. It's just y'all are on video. What's the last question you're asking Dustin Poirier?
So last question. Okay.
First or last, whatever helps you out.
I would ask him this. I would say, how are you gonna not let Conor McGregor get motivation from the last beating that you gave him, and to motivate him and to come up with some way into beating you this fight. What are you going to do to stop that?
Do you need to get your gag reflex out of, do you need to clear your throat real quick after that question?
No.
Sure, look, you get a mouthful of something. That's what you would ask him. All right.
You asked.
All right. Well, now, Dustin's not in the room.
What would you ask?
Connor asked, we'll get to me in a second. And Connor is in the room. What's the first or last question you would ask Connor?
In the room or out the room, I don't give a fuck.
Great impersonation. What's your question?
The same as before. In the room or out the room.
That's your question to Conor McGregor.
Oh, you said to Dustin Poirier.
No. Dustin's not in the room. Connor is now sat down. It's a new day. This can be your leadoff question while everybody watches you spit ice in the cup.
I would say, Conor McGregor, how do you feel about him saying that you were broke and you didn't donate to his foundation?
Okay.
Even though I would know that 1,000 people had asked that before.
See, but that's a question people would ask. What's something that they would not ask? That's kind of where we want to go with this.
Okay. I would say Conor McGregor. When people fight Conor McGregor, it's a red panty night. In this instance, who's wearing the red panties?
That's a good question. That's a great question. It's very blue of you. I like that. Those are good questions. Those are good questions. 9:16 after the hour.
Hey, you said we were going to get to you.
Okay. I just said it was 9:16. I didn't say we're closing up shop. There's a couple of things I want to ask you also. For me, if Dustin's in the room, I would probably sit there and I would ask myself to ask Dustin, what is it going to take? What type of finish will it take for you to earn a shot at the title against Oliveira? What is it going to take? Because nobody's giving you a shot yet. What is it going to take? And for Conor, I would come across the other side and I'd say, Conor, the money has made you weak. The money has made you live a lavish lifestyle. But you're the Mac man. When do you hang him up? It kind of got that. Stephen A. asked him that question today. I didn't like the way Stephen asked it, though. Because Stephen kind of lobbed it up. But the question is, when do you stop fighting? Your performances will live forever, but when do you stop? Is it when the body fails, or is it something different? Okay.
Now, let me ask you another question regarding the lightweight championship in the UFC. I feel like this is obviously a winner gets a title shot.
100%.
But how is it for Conor McGregor to get a title shot? What about Edson Barboza?
Because it sells tickets.
Okay, and this goes back to our debate
about the ranking system, which is shit. Yeah. It's shit. That's why I don't like it.
I mean, Conor McGregor, he hasn't been active lately.
100%. But he has 3 fights left on his deal.
Okay. So for a guy like Leon Edwards that deserves it, I feel like
he's not going to get it because we
based off of this.
Because we know Kobe's next.
Is this turning into?
Yeah, it's going to be. That's
Kobe's in welterweight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't think of the guy. I thought it was Kobe.
It should be Leon Edwards.
But then there's somebody above Leon. I thought there was.
No, I think there's Leon, there's Dustin, and then there's McGregor.
Why would Leon fight? I thought Leon was a 170.
No.
Leon Edwards is a 155. I could have swore that Leon was a 70.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so
Michael Chandler is the one I'm thinking.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Michael Chandler.
Okay. So
we got Dustin Poirier number 1, Justin Gaethje 2, Dariush number 3, Michael Chandler number 4, and Conor McGregor number 5.
Just look at the 70 division. Colby's gonna fight Usman next. That's the next fight, and Leon can't wait.
What if Burns have his?
Hold on, Leon has to fight Masvidal because it's a name, and that's the only fucking reason.
Okay, So let's focus on lightweight. You got Dustin at number 1, Connor at number 5.
Mm-hmm.
4, Michael Chandler. 3, Benio Dariush. 2, Justin Gaethje. Connor's just going to jump over all these guys just because he's Conor McGregor.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I know
100%.
that's going to I know that's going to happen.
But Dariush deserves it. But Neil Dariush, he came off that W. And if Poirier loses, Dariush deserves it. Just look at it.
So you're telling me if Poirier loses, then it's going to be Dariush versus Oliveira.
What I said is he deserves it.
Okay.
He deserves it, but it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is if Conor beats Poirier, Oliveira and Conor's already talking about it. He's like, I want to fight at Allegiant Stadium. I want to sell the stadium out for the belt.
Okay.
In Vegas.
Yeah, so he's going to win if he won that lightweight belt. And then he's just gonna vacate.
He's gonna let it get stripped and go fight Pacquiao. That's the way I see it. Or he's also talked about doing Mayweather again, running that back.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just watching fighting and stuff. There's,
until we stop paying for it, it ain't going away.
Okay.
I mean, that's just what it is.
Yeah, but I'm with it. I'm just like, dude, like you're not a champ till you defend it.
Okay. Do we want to talk about this tomorrow? Your choice.
Tomorrow.
Nick Diaz or Robbie Lawler tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or we can do it tonight. We're here.
No, it's late.
All right.
It's already 21-21. Let me look at those rankings real quick for the 70 division. And that's the thing is Nick Diaz and Lawler going to fight at 85 or 70?
I would think welterweight.
I would think 72.
He's not even ranked.
Who, Diaz? Is Lawler ranked? No, right? Neither one of them.
No.
And that fight will sell out.
For sure.
It will sell out. You put that bad boy in California somewhere, it will sell the fuck out. Put it in Vegas. People will come over from California. It's not that far. All right. It's been a long day and I got to get home for dinner. I'm already kind of home. What's the word? What are we leaving the people with?
We're leaving the people with.
You're spent.
Fuck McGregor.
Oh man.
Who the fuck is that guy? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you know better.
Nah, dude. It's. I'm like I told you earlier. I'm really pumped for this fight.
I'm not as much. I think I will be once it comes to fight time.
When have I ever seen you pumped?
You haven't seen football season, have you? Yeah.
I guess not. I haven't had a whole year with you.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You need to watch. If you watch football with me, that's a different. Like, if you think I'm amped up when we watch fighting, oh man, it's like, yeah, it's pretty. It's like a marathon of like violent actions. The fuck are you doing? It's all like football, nerded nonsense. I guess that's the show. 23 minutes after 9 o'clock, hour and a half. Did I recover from my debacle earlier? It was early in the show, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it felt so ugly.
Learning process.
No, it wasn't a learning process. I just fell. Like I tripped. That's what it was. I just tripped. It's like I've been going, and then just, I don't know. Turf monster got me, I guess.
Turf toe.
No, turf toe. That's some bad juju. That's
some bad shit, bro.
That'll you know that. You know when who was it? Somebody got kicked in the back of the leg and they had that like that drop foot, that dead foot. That's what like turf toe feels like. It's like you feel like you don't have a toe, but you do. And just like, and when you touch it, like excruciating pain. Yeah.
All right.
All right, that's the show. We'll be back tomorrow, Friday the 9th. Yeah. Maybe Aaron Rodgers will go back to Green Bay. I wonder where he is.
Go back. He technically hasn't left.
Oh, he's in Tahoe right now.
Yeah, but you said go back to Green Bay.
Yeah, like go back to I'm sure he has a house in Green Bay somewhere.
I know what you meant.
What did I mean?
You were talking like he left already.
No, I don't think he's left. I think he wants to make Gutekunst sweat. I think that's what it is. What if it's like remember Little Giants and the was it Becca or whoever the girl is? She's doing the cheerleader the first half, and then the second half she like puts her eye black on and comes out at halftime. That's gonna be Aaron Rodgers. It's about to be kickoff. Nobody's seen Aaron the whole day, like Shane Falco from The Replacement. Shane Falco just comes out. He's got Keanu Reeves has his hair blowing in the wind. Aaron's got the same kind of flow. What's up, guys? Where the fuck have you been? I'm here. That's all that matters. Let's go to work. Y'all would be. Hi, we love you. It's so glad to see you, Aaron. I love you, Aaron. That's what it would be like. Super slurp fest. just like me and Connor, and you and Dustin.
Who the fuck?
So that was you and your questions at Poirier.
Fuck no.
So I asked you if you need to go clear your throat. We'll be back tomorrow for the nonsense. We're gone.
With our official predictions.
You know what the fuck it is.